Welcome to the installation of the CompuByte POS software for restaurants. You click on the CompuByte icon and the first thing you go to is parameters. Insert your access code. You go to quick setup of parameters, company info. You go to select store type. You choose takeaway and restaurants. You click on set and you update it. You can now also set up your printers. You choose the number of printers you've got. You select your printer type, LPT4, and name of slip printer. You basically choose the slip printer that is installed on your computer, and then you choose documents using the slip printer. You choose all of them and then you click on OK. You've now set up your parameters. To set up specific parameters for the restaurant and takeaway software, you choose the first parameter, which is parameter 217. This is the parameter which will set up your printers for your kitchen and for your bar. If you have two printers for your kitchen and for your bar, you would name your bar printer LPT2 and your kitchen printer LPT3. You will ensure that you put LPT2 : equals to PRO, which is the pro forma, / LPT3 equals to PRO, which is for the kitchen printer. Once this parameter is set up, you click on OK, and then you choose parameter 414. This parameter you set it up to 1. You then choose parameter 226 and you set this parameter to 3. You then choose parameter 228, set that also to 3, and then lastly you choose parameter 233 and you set that up to 9. You must make sure that you put 9 in this parameter. You have an option to put a parameter for your salespersons to be visible all the time, or your waiters to be visible all the time. You click on it and you put a 1 in there. It's parameter 251. Now you've set up all your parameters. You just close the window and it will store all your parameters. You now go into your CompuByte program by putting operator number 1 and you're putting your operator password 1234. You're now into your program. The first screen you will see is table number and view tables, analysis tables, sales analysis, and cash up. From this menu, first choose 0 because you're not going to be caching up any table. You're just going into the program. You press 0. It asks you for customer details. You click OK, and now you choose a document and you're going to choose goods receiving, and you go to existing opening stock and you go to new stock and you go to new groups or edit groups and you create your groups. You go to edit groups and you're going to create your groups. You're going to say open groups and you're going to open all your groups. Groups are like you're going to have your raw materials, which will always be your items that are the items that you're going to be using to create your menu items will be your raw materials, like your cucumbers, your lettuce, your meats. All that will go into group number 1, which will be your raw materials. Then you'll have your group number 2, which could be your starters, group number 3, which could be your mains, group number 4, which could be your desserts, group number 5, drinks, group number 6, extras, and group number 7, which is your tips. This group is important. You can open it as either group number 7 or group number 2, depending on how you set your configuration up. You will notice next to each group it's the information about your printer. So if you got your starters here, your starters, it's going to print. You've got a greater than sign P, which is telling you where it's going to print, and your starters are going to print on LPT2, which is your kitchen printer. Then you've got your drinks, which will be greater than sign P LPT3, which means it's going to be printing to your bar printer. If you've got two different printers, now you can save your your groups that you set up. You've set up your groups. Now you're going to put your items into your groups. Let's just put items for starters, right? So we're going to go starters, and the first starter is going to be livers. So I'm going to put livers, and then what I can do is I can also say the type of livers that you will be basically selling. Well, it will be livers that will be hot. So you're going to put CM. CM means menu choices. So here you're going to put hot, you can put mild, hot, hot, extra hot. So this is your menu choices you're going to do when you're going to be selling, when you're going to be taking an order for livers. And the cost of the livers, you got nothing. You're going to put the selling price for the livers, which is going to be 49 rands. And you update it. Livers, update. That's updated. You can go back to new stock items, and you can now put in your desserts, starters, mains, whatever one. You can put the different menu items that you've got, and you can update them accordingly. That's how you do your goods. That's how you go into goods receiving to input your menu items. Now let's open a table, and we're going to basically open the table and take an order from a waiter. So we're going to press the F4 key, go order from customer, and now we're going to choose a table, or we're going to open a table. Now we're going to open table number 1. Open table number 1. It tells you new table open. I press OK. It tells you who is the waiter. So I put the waiter is Joe. Enter. It's asking you for a PLU code. That is the lookup code for the particular item that the customer is ordering. So we're going to choose livers. So we put LIVE, and it automatically picks up livers. I press enter. It tells you is it hot, mild, or extra hot. I'm going to say it's mild. Okay, and you see it automatically puts mild livers as an item units, and it's 49 rands. So we've sold 1 mild livers. Then we sold drinks. I'm going to put Coke. It picks up Coke. I choose 1 at 10 rands. So the total value of the order is 67.85. I end the document by clicking the end key, or clicking on this bar on the right hand side, this one with the red click here, and now it's automatically going to print the slip to the bar and print the slip to the kitchen. Press OK, and now the order has been processed. Once the order has been processed, it's order processed on table number 1. Now we go back to orders, and if the order is to be cashed up, we will call up the order table number. Put the table number 1 in there, enter, and automatically it will convert this to a cash sale. Open it and cash sale, choose the waiter, and here you're going to important, you choose the waiter, and after that you put the tip in, TIP S, and it will show you the tips for the various people. I'm going to say tip for retailer, enter, and I say units 1, and then it tells you how much. Insert what amount was paid on the bill to work out the tip. So just say the customer paid 70 rands, so the tip, or 80 rands, and the tip will be 12 rand 15 cents. At discount is nothing, so it's 81 rand 82. I end the document by pressing the end button here. Click here to end document, and I put the amount tendered in, 100 rands. Enter. Cash is 0. And credit card is 100 rands. I say OK, and I press the end button again and go to the number of copies, and I can print out my copies of the slip that I want. And that's how I've cashed up table number 1. If at any point in time I want to see what my tables are open. I just click on order from customer and I can see my open tables are here with all the numbers that are basically being rung up, and that's my tables that are non-table orders. Now if I go to an open table, if I choose open table number 2, you see it's in red because it's more than 3 hours old. If it's just less than an hour old, it will be in yellow, and if it's over an hour, it will be in orange. I'm going to press 0 again to get to my menu, and I'm back to my main menu. Now I can close my program. I'm going to exit it, and it's going to do a backup, and I'm going to close the program as well. That's how you do your orders and your caching up of your orders. If you go to your menu, you will see this page number 71, which explains how you do your bill of materials for your various items that you sell on your order. We'll do a bill of materials for one recipe item. So we're going to go to CompuByte point of sale. You go to your bill of materials by clicking on your stock reports and you choose recipe bill of materials. You put in your access code, enter, and you put in your access code again. And now it will ask you to insert your PADU code, the item that you want to create a recipe for. Let's assume we don't have this particular item, so we're going to create a new stock item. So we're going to create a new stock item. We're going to choose it's a starter, and it's going to print on LPT2. The description is it's an ever shrimp, SCHRIMP shrimp cocktail, and we're going to sell this shrimp cocktail for 59 rands, and we're not putting any cost at the moment, and we're going to update it. Now this is the shrimp cocktail, which the code for it is 2-1. Now we're going to put the ingredients for this particular shrimp cocktail. So we're going to click new stock item, and we're going to choose raw materials, and the first thing that we need is avocados. So we put avocados per kilogram, and the cost per kilogram is 10 rands. We're going to update it. Now the amount of avocados we're going to use for a shrimp cocktail is 0.1%. Okay, and automatically it works out the costing of calculated at 1 rand. Now we need shrimps, so we're going to say new stock item as well. We're still putting items, raw materials for the shrimp cocktail. So we're going to say new stock item. It's raw materials again, and this is going to be shrimps, RIMPS shrimps per kg, and I put the cost per kg is 100 rand. It's, let's say, 50 rands, and we're going to update it, and we're going to use 0.20 kilograms to create one shrimp cocktail. So the cost of the cocktail will be calculated now to 11 rands. So we have created, for 2-1 shrimp cocktail, we've created avocados per kilogram is 1.2 and shrimps per kilogram is 2.1. If there's any other ingredients we want, we could put those ingredients into the system. You see it shows you the new bill of materials information, saying it's going to use 1-1 is going to use 0.10 and 2-2 is going to use 0.20. Now I can go to the next menu item. So this is the next menu item. I'm going to click a new item, new stock item, and this is going to be it's going to be a starter as well. And just say we're going to say this is going to be livers, and the selling price for this livers will be 29 rands. Update it. Now we've got livers. Now we're going to put the raw materials for the livers. So we say new item, new stock item, and we choose raw materials, and this is going to be livers per kg, and then its cost per kg is 30 rands. I'm going to update it. And for this livers, we're going to use 0.25 kgs for the livers. So the cost of it will be 750. I'm going to update this. So now we created the recipe for 2 minus 1, which is for the shrimp cocktail, and for 2 minus 2, which is for the livers. You can always set up your recipes from here, and if you have the raw materials ready, you don't have to always create a new stock item. You can basically just choose the item that you're looking for. So if you're looking for livers, you can just put LRV and it will show you livers per kilogram, and that is group number 1 minus 3. So you can see where the livers are kept, in which group they are kept. Thanks for listening to this tutorial. If you have any more questions, feel free to call me on 082 4104 777. Bye now.